Well, okay, we are back now to this very important state visit, viewers. So we're flitting between stories. I know it's a bit catatonic, but do indulge us because there's a very important human catastrophe of monumental levels also taking place. So we're going to be going between these stories. But what are we seeing right now? And I'm going to go straight across to my colleague who is at Rajghat, Ananya. Ananya, over to you. President Putin following in the footsteps of a large number of world leaders at the Rajghat, at Gandhiji's Samadhi.
Well, absolutely. President Putin's cavalcade has just reached the Rajghat, where he'll be paying homage to, in fact, Mahatma Gandhi. Remember that it not only signifies how he's following the footsteps of world leaders, but also a very, very important diplomatic message after India had played a very crucial role as far as the Russia-Ukraine war is concerned. And Bhagavad Gita being gifted to President Putin right in the morning also somewhere or the other signified a soft diplomacy, where it is very, very clearly mentioned, and the message the Bhagavad Gita is when the wars have to be fought, they have to be fought for dharma, and that is something, that is a kind of messaging that could have been given by India by showing its support. And it's a very significant visit, Rahul, because a 27-hour visit of the Russian president, a very, very close ally of India. Many deals could be on cards, and many developments could actually follow. But at this moment, President Putin has reached Rajghat, where he'll be paying homage to Mahatma Gandhi, who also had a message to say that non-violence is something and peace is something that is the utmost priority. However, when the wars have to be fought, they have to be fought.
Yes, indeed, they have to be fought. But viewers, this is symbolically very interesting because Abhijit Iyer Mitra put this into a slight geopolitical context, and full marks to him for being inventive. Mr. Iyer Mitra, go back to that very important observation that you were making. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if that is, in fact, even a factor, because we know that from Gorbachev onwards, everybody is sort of visited. Most Russian visiting dignitaries do land up. But there is an important symbolism here. Optics do matter, after all.
Optics always matter, because remember, you always portray your own actions in a very positive light and try to portray everybody else. And that is diplomacy in a sense. So remember, even when America does exactly what Russia has done in Ukraine, be it bombing Kosovo, be it bombing Bosnia, regime changing, trying to regime change Syria, succeeding in regime changing Libya and things like that, they always portray it as, advancing freedom and democracy. It's always about the greater good of mankind and God knows what, even though they leave a right royal mess wherever they go. That is what they say. Now, why shouldn't we have our own narrative? This is our narrative. It can be interpreted in any way. Not cowardice, bravery to who you want to send the right message. Peace, turn the other cheek, jump off a cliff, as Gandhi advised the Jews of Europe when they met Hitler, to other countries. Great.
Not in era of war. Doctor, we do forget that the Prime Minister was one of the first to actually have coined that phrase, which led to, of course, a breakthrough in a very important summit.
No, absolutely. And Abhijit, although he's given two symbolisms, one of Bhagavad Gita, I wonder who Dhritarashtra is when we're talking of. It's not Trump who's blindfolded. No, but
it was Biden.
Maybe Biden. Yeah, definitely.
It was Biden. Right. And he fixed the age.
Into it.
Yeah.
No, but I think the fact also is that I think a few years ago, it was some Russians who wanted to ban Bhagavad Gita or its distribution
Hinduism
in Russia.
is banned in Russia.
So, so I think it's maybe, some kind of an eye on that Prime Minister has done that. But as far as Mahatma Gandhi, visiting his Samadhi is concerned, I think this is a rite of passage that every foreign visitor has to go through. I don't believe in what Mahatma Gandhi said. He was a hypocrite when he talked about Jews jumping off the cliff. What else is that but cowardice, in the face of, the biggest aggressor you could think of, and so many other things. But so it's a symbolic, I would say, asinine thing that everyone has to put up.
Yeah. Okay, well, strong words.
I'd much rather he'd gone to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's statue at India Gate.
Yes. Well, look, there will always be, viewers, in our argumentative democracy, I hate that word though, but nonetheless, in our democracy, where opinions are free, and of course, not always fair, but free certainly, because there'll always be points of views. And of course, there is some merit in that. Why not ever Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, General?
Yeah, I think I'll go with Dr. Anand, what he said. It's a matter of protocol. These are all always laid out. These are sequential events which you have to gone through. In today's environment, these things were leisure events, possibly about 10 years or 20 years back. But in the 21st century, where protocol consume too much of our time, but yet people are following through. If you look at Trump, we're just talking, the ambassador was mentioning, if case Trump was there, he would have just been rushing through the entire thing. He doesn't like to have protocol, and that is how maybe even we need to
fair,
evolve.
when Trump did go to Ahmedabad, for example, on that trip, he did go to the Gandhi
But
ashram.
you look at 2.0 Trump, he's
Maybe
in
that's
a
what
rush.
made him such a peacenik. Maybe when he went to Gandhi ashram and saw the simplicity and the powerful message,
to be honest, Rahul, I mean,
he quickly decided that war is not for him. Peace was more what agreed with his constitution.
Yeah, I think what we're dealing here is India has had to deal with Putin as well as Rasputin. And by Rasputin, I mean Trump, not just symbolically with all the revelations stumbling out of his cupboard. The fact of the matter is that it's actually, ironically, Trump that has shown us the way. It seems horrible, the wordplay, but, transactional. Every relationship from now on of every nation is no longer who's a friend, who's a trusted friend, Russia is transactional with us. We've purchased $130 billion worth of Russian oil in the last 3 years. For us, yes, our trade is not as high as it was. Okay. But the fact of the matter is every nation is transactional.
Let me bring in Tatiana Kukareva on that point. Tatiana Kukareva, yes, the optics are great, but will they translate into outcomes which will also, of course, at some level balance this equation? India has, of course, I won't want to use the word obliged, it's obliged itself, but it has also helped out Mr. Putin by securing oil, procuring oil from Russia, arms, this, that, the other. But it hasn't really been reciprocated in the form that India would have liked. Will that change from here on?
Well, Rahul, let's not forget that by buying Russian oil, India has not just obliged